Hello everyone, Bruce here with a short video that I promised you in class about some HTML, some CSS, some PHP, and some MySQL database stuff. So this is actually what you're looking at here is I'm running a web server, right? I'm running something on my Mac here that provides me, right, the capability to run and display HTML, CSS, PHP, and MySQL database stuff. And I'll show you that in a minute. Actually, let me show you now. On the Mac and PC, I use this program called XAMPP. If you look in the title bar, it says XAMPP, XAMPP. And in here, I have an Apache web server, which we talked about in class, and I also have a MySQL database. XAMPP also allows you to have an FTP server if you want, but I don't have that enabled right now. Okay, so both of those are green, and both of those are running. So this page that you're looking at behind this window here is actually being served up by this local, running on my Mac, Apache web server. And the database that's serving up the data here, which is fake student data, is running on my local MySQL database. Now, part of, oops, I don't want to do that. Are you sure you want, no, I'm not sure. I want to minimize it. So here, if you look at the window, I'm running a program here called PHP MyAdmin. This is the way we administer the database within MySQL. And as you can see here, there's a lot going on the screen, and this is not something an end user would use. It would be something that a database administrator or a web developer would use for their database. Don't mind the dog barking in the background. That's just somebody waking up and the dogs are happy. So here we go. So here's all the data, and as you can see, let's find a record here. Here is Leonard Finn. So I'll go here, and there he is right here, right? Leonard Finn. Okay. So I'm going to just start using this page here because it's a dynamic script, and I'm going to say edit or delete. So let me edit, and I'm going to change Finn's name to Finn2 Leonard, and I'll say update and save. And you can see here now it's changed to Finn2. I'll go back to the database to prove to you that it is in fact Finn2. And right now it didn't update because this PHP MyAdmin is not as dynamic as one would hope. But here you go. Now it says Finn2. So it was changed in the database, right? So the end user never sees the database. They just use an application written by a web developer. So I can delete this record too. So watch this. Watch this. I know I'm going all over the place here, but this is just an ad hoc demo. Okay. So if I hit delete, now a window pops up, and this is where JavaScript is coming into play here. Okay. This may not be the most modern way or efficient way to do this, but I just wanted to show you this. So now I clicked on the delete link here, and it brought up and says, "Are you sure?" So I'm going to say, I'll say cancel. So nothing changes. However, if I click on delete and I click on OK, now you'll notice that the record is gone, right, from the display. And if we go into the MySQL database and we refresh, it is gone. The record is gone. So you see that? You see how all this works? Now, what's behind this page, right? What's behind this page of all this data here? And by the way, just so you can see, I can sort the data, and I can click on these various things, these titles here, and everything gets sorted, and it tells me how the sorting, what sorting is taking place. I can click Add Student, to create a new record, and I'll do that. I'll just say Student ID 9912, first name Bruce, last name Elgort, his email is belgort@clark.edu, and there's his phone number, and I'll do Save Record. And there I am. I'm added into the database here. And by the way, this is a database table. And this is one component inside of a database. And again, a little bit too much for this class, but just know that the record's been added here. Okay. So there you go. So let's look at the URL here at the very top. You see where it says localhost slash ctech127 slash mysql slash crud underscore complete dot php. Okay, CRUD stands for create, read, update, and delete, and it happens to be the name of a PHP script. You see this file extension at the end here of a PHP script that I'm going to show you now. So I'm launching an editor, and this isn't the file I wanted to show you. Let me open up a file here. Let me find it. So I'm going into my Mac's file system because that's where all these things live right now. And I'm going to go under CTech. Let's see. How come nothing's in order? How come nothing's... There we go. So I'll go CTech 127. Then I'll go under MySQL. And then I'll go on to CRUD complete. And if you noticed, right, the path of the folders or directories that I went through matches that you see in the URL. Okay. So let's go through this code. So here is the beginning of an HTML document. And then, for those of you who had HTML before, a lot of this may seem familiar. But what you're going to see here is a mixture of HTML. As you can see on line 14, there's a div with an ID of wrapper. And then you're going to start to see, right, some things. Oh, look at line 21. So line 21 is saying, hey, I want you to put some PHP code in here. And this PHP code actually requires the inclusion of another PHP bit of code, which happens to connect to the database, which that was this script here that I showed you originally. Okay, so this is the code with the host name, the username, the password, which I took out, the database name, and and that gets assigned to a variable in coding here that we then use throughout our program to talk to the database. Now, here's some more PHP code. You can see this line right here on line 26 starts a PHP block. It ends on 31. And then there's HTML code here, and then some more PHP code intermixed. And this is how all this stuff works, right? This script runs and does certain things depending upon what was asked for by the user, what the developer gave the user the ability to do in the user interface. Okay? So you saw before, right, when I clicked on delete, it came up with a pop-up. So let me just see if I can find here, delete. Yeah, let's see right here. Yeah, so this is, again, I said it was a poor choice of JavaScript, but right here on line 64, this is where there's some code. There's actually some JavaScript here that says if someone clicks on this link, run this code here. Return confirm, are you sure? Okay, not a very advanced set of script here, JavaScript, but this is, depending upon what the user clicks on, it will cause this code to act or react differently. Okay, so if they click OK, yeah, it's going to go ahead and complete the script and delete the particular record from the database. Okay, again, I know a lot of this is foreign and new, but I just wanted to show you, how some of this stuff works. The other thing too is right now I have my database loaded here locally. I could have it in the cloud. I could have it on the CTech server. It just doesn't matter. I just need to configure and tell my PHP program where, in fact, that database is located, on which host, what database, what username and password to use for it, and so on. So I hope this video helped. If you watch this video and you hear me speaking right now, I want you to hop on Slack and say, Bruce, I watched the video, and I'll give you some extra credit. Thanks a lot.